When we think about the most dangerous place in the universe, our minds immediately jump to black holes, exploding stars, and violent cosmic events. These extremes feel obvious because they are dramatic, powerful, and easy to imagine. A black hole devours everything. A supernova destroys entire systems. Danger seems loud, visible, undeniable. But what if that instinct is misleading? What if the universe does not rely on spectacle to be deadly? What if the most dangerous place is something we would never even question? Because the truth is that danger is not always about intensity. Sometimes it is about persistence, silence, and inevitability. The things that look survivable often hide the harshest consequences, while the things that look terrifying are easier to understand. For decades, we have been taught to fear the extremes, the edges, the violent corners of space. But this belief creates a blind spot. It makes us ignore something far more fundamental. Because the real danger is not always where physics breaks down. Sometimes it is where physics works perfectly, where nothing stops, nothing protects, and nothing forgives. And that realization leads to a far more unsettling question. If the universe is not trying to kill you in obvious ways, then where is it most unforgiving? To answer that, we have to look beyond the spectacular and into something far more familiar, something we assume we understand, but completely underestimate. Because hidden behind everything we think we know is a truth that quietly challenges every assumption we have ever made about survival in space. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it, because the most dangerous place was never where we were looking. It was where we never thought to look in the first place at all. Ever, as we push deeper into space, something strange begins to reveal itself. The universe is not only dangerous in the ways we expect, it is dangerous in ways we almost ignore. There are no explosions here, no dramatic collapse, no visible threat. And yet, this is where survival quietly begins to fail. Because space does not attack you like a predator. It does something far worse. It does nothing at all. In the vacuum between worlds, there is no air to breathe, no pressure to hold your body together, no medium to carry heat. Energy does not behave the way it does on Earth. Temperature is no longer something you feel instantly, but something that drains or builds in silence. Radiation does not burn like fire. It passes through you, damaging what you cannot see. This is where expectation breaks. We imagine danger as something sudden and violent, but here it is, slow, invisible, and absolute. Your body begins to respond in ways it was never designed for. Fluids shift, gases expand, systems fail, not because something is attacking them, but because nothing is supporting them. And then there is isolation, not just distance, but total separation. No sound, no resistance, no feedback from the environment. It is a place where even light feels empty, where movement has no meaning without reference. What makes this truly dangerous is not intensity, but indifference. Space does not need to destroy you actively. It simply allows every small weakness to unfold without limit. And this forces a disturbing realization. If the most extreme places are not the most dangerous, then the real threat must lie in something far more fundamental. Something we have been surrounded by this entire time without fully understanding what it means to exist within it. And that realization leads us to a conclusion that feels almost impossible to accept. The most dangerous place in the universe is not a black hole, not an exploding star, not some distant violent region of space. It is space itself, the very environment that surrounds everything. Because once you remove atmosphere, pressure, protection, and energy balance, what remains is not emptiness, it is exposure. Total, unforgiving exposure. There is nothing to slow failure, nothing to absorb damage, nothing to give your body even a moment to adapt. Every weakness is amplified. Every limit is reached instantly. This is where the contrast becomes undeniable. We feared the rare and dramatic, but the real danger is constant and everywhere. Not something you encounter, but something you exist within. A silent condition that does not announce itself, yet never stops acting. And that changes everything. It reframes how we see exploration, survival, and even our own existence. Because the truth is, Earth is not just our home, it is our shield, a fragile layer of protection in a universe that offers none. For the first time, we begin to understand that survival is not the default state, it is the exception. And in that understanding, something shifts. Space is no longer just a place of wonder. It becomes a reminder that beyond this thin layer of safety lies an environment that does not care, does not react, and does not forgive. And yet, we still choose to go.